And we set it inside the cage. Matt Secor has our official fighter introductions.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are scheduled for 3 rounds in the World Series of Fighting welterweight division. Let's get to it. Fighting out of the blue side of the decagon, his record, 4 wins, 2 defeats. Standing 6 feet tall, weighing 171 pounds. Fighting out of South Glen Falls, New York. Introducing Matt Secor. And now, his opponent across the decagon on the red side, his record, 7 victories versus 5 losses, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing 170.5 pounds, fighting out of Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, presenting Brett Shoenfelt. Your referee is Big Dan Mergliotta.
Good to see Big Dan Mergliotta as our official tonight inside the cage as we get set for this welterweight bout on WorldSeriesOfFighting.com, all leading up to the main event on NBCSN at 9 o'clock Eastern Time.
And we are live, so we can't say bad words, check.
Shoenfelt coming out in the green and black with a little bit of everything on his trunks. The much more subdued Secor in the black with the red trim.
Nice. You see this many times. One of the fighters is a southpaw, inside low kicks with that strong leg coming all the way from the back.
So the takedown goes the way of Matt Secor. Shoenfelt puts him into the lock and arches up the back.
And he wanted to stay away from this, I think. I know he's great on the ground, and he trained for 7 years with no gi, you know, so he's great on the ground. But if your opponent has all his wins coming by way of submission, you know, maybe keep it on the feet.
Boss, do you look at your opponent's resume, that he's a no-gi guy, that he's, you know, karate, jiu-jitsu, black belt, whatever it is?
Of course, they go on YouTube, I guarantee you that, and they watch all his fights.
Action early here from the Sands Hotel and Casino in the welterweight division. Brett Shoenfelt, Matt Secor. Shoenfelt, I thought he was going to burn himself out the way he came out all jacked up, all hyped up, got in the cage.
Yeah.
Cage bull in the corner, ready to go.
When it was jump up, you saw the hair floating.
Yeah. You like the hair, don't you?
It's got to be the hair. It's because maybe I'm a little jealous, you know, I don't have hair. He's got to pull himself away, create some space so he can start striking.
Big elbow coming from Secor.
This is always bad for the person on the bottom.
Yep.
Against the black belt, it's probably not going to pull off a submission, or a brown belt, sorry. That's, I'm talking about Secor. He's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
So he's trying to go to side control here.
Which is very smart.
Now watch this, he's going to go to work on that side rib cage with the knees, I'm imagining.
There we go. The only thing you have to do, though, is buck up. I always tell people, once they put a knee on your belly, buck up. You might also go for a straight arm bar with the left arm. And of course, there's a lot of submissions you can do. You can even go for a leg lock. If you got to step in, though, you have to grab the leg and just step in. With your left leg in between the legs, fall back, got an inverted heel hook there.
Is surprised Secor's not unloading on that rib cage with the knees? Bring him in?
Yeah, I would always do that.
Yeah.
Knees to the body, there's nothing worse than that. And especially in this situation, his opponent can't see him coming. And if you nail him at the moment he's breathing in, that's the end of the fight.
There it comes.
It's a shoulder. Start kneeing the body. Move those hips away a little bit and just let the leg fly.
There it is.
Yeah. But he should keep the hip stationary away from the body so that the knee can travel longer.
Big Dan Mergliotta leaning in, telling the fellas they got to keep working.
There we go. He's going to try to put him in the guard. It's not working right now. Some strikes, but just to irritate Shoenfelt. And that might set up a submission. Shoenfelt is smart, puts him back in the guard.
So Secor works to get that side control. and is unable to do much with it. So now he's back to a situation where Shoenfelt feels much more comfortable, locks him up with the closed guard.
Yeah, there's almost nothing you can do from there. There's almost no submissions.
Yep.
And then on top of that, you know, but still your opponent in the striking department has the upper hand. And for the judges, you're going to lose. That's how it is.
It's probably the least I've ever seen our referee Dan Mergliata move in any fight. He's just standing there, just admiring the artwork and telling the fellows to keep working.
Yeah. That is funny.
And if he stands him up, boss, the big loser's got to be Matt Secor, right? I mean, he's got the situation. He's on top. He's working, unable to do anything with it. If Big Dan decides to stand him up because they're not working, he's going to lose out on a great opportunity.
Yeah, he needs to work harder, I think. I'm actually amazed that the referee doesn't put him back up yet.
Shoenfelt staying very active, and look at this. Now he's going to go for something. Secor sees an opening, he goes for it.
It's just an Achilles tendon pull. Now he can crank the ankle, though. Now he's got to arch his left shoulder backwards. If he does that, he can really crank that ankle.
Shoenfelt does a great job defending that. Steps through as we come up to the final seconds of round number 1. And that'll bring round 1 to a conclusion. So a flurry over the last 25 seconds as Secor waiting for the opportunity to try to lock something up on a submission. Give credit, though, to Brett Shoenfelt for hanging in there and watch him get out of this thing, boss, at the end of the round. This is pretty impressive.
Yeah, this was pretty impressive. This is a good lock, especially if he arches his left shoulder backwards. Now you really crank that ankle. You know, that's an Achilles tendon pull that you can do some damage with. But the way he flips out that way is the perfect way to get out.
Calmly steps over, comes over. Here it is one more time.
Yep, you always want to go with that lock. Now, turn to the left. Get on top, and then you are in the better position. But then again, his opponent saw that right away also. So he kept moving in. Harder for him to strike round and pound. All right. Well, now Shoenfelt is warned. He doesn't want to go to the ground anymore.
So here we go, round number 2 in the welterweight division. Shoenfelt in the green and black. Matt Secor, who I'd have to give round number 1 to, in the black and red trim. Wow, snaps head off to the midsection.
Nicely done. Oh, nice high kick. He thought it was not a body kick. Brought his hands a little low. Not a good position.
Bit of a judo toss there by Secor.
It is, you know, just a lot of strength, upper body, boom, toss him down. If he keeps him here, this round again, he pretty much has it in the bag. If it doesn't, if there's no submission or knockout coming in the last round. He's going to go for a full mount now.
He's got great positioning here, boss. He's got the cage on his right. He's got a full mount. Now, if you're Matt Secor in his corner, what are you telling your fighter?
Push yourself up, jump up to his chest, start raining down punches.
Watch the eyes, watch the eyes.
This is just round 2. This one's scheduled for 3. And there you see the strikes connected. Relatively even. Secor out in front 15 to 11, but Shoenfelt spent most of round number 1 in this very same position, employing the closed guard, trying to slow down Matt Secor.
Yeah, but he has to start working. I mean, the referee's going to warn him if he doesn't.
Surprised he's not arching up.
Here we go.
Secor could posture up right here.
He has to, because otherwise there's nothing you can do. You know, and what Shoenfelt can do, he can do double underhook, bear hug style, and then just pull him on in.
Pull him on.
There's not a lot that he can do either. He can strike, but he can't really create space, so there's not a lot of power in the strike. He has to put the left arm around his neck. Now Shoenfelt should trap his foot and flip to the right. As soon as his opponent has put the left arm around his neck, Shoenfelt can explode him to the right. He's got to trap with his right foot,
There you go.
the left foot from his opponent as well.
So you saw momentarily Matt Secor rising up there, posturing up, trying to get some punches in. Quickly goes back down. Shoenfelt trying to control the head.
You see, it's harder there because the cage is there.
Yeah,
And
as we were talking about, he's got such great positioning for him. If he turns into him, he gives up the back.
Okay, Shoenfelt is bleeding.
Yeah, big cut on the face, forehead area of Brett Shoenfelt.
Shoenfelt again can trap the left arm now, trap it, and explode to the right. He should try at least.
Boss, how about kicking out? If Shoenfelt can posture and go lean to his right and kick out from the cage and at least get away from the cage, gives him options on left and right.
True, yeah, that would be a good thing to do as well.
And look at this. As soon as we say that, Secor slides him back into the cage.
Yeah, once he drives his head in there as well, it's going to be very hard for Shoenfelt to escape.
And this is a tough situation for a referee. Dan Mergliotta is circling around trying to see what's happening. Obviously, he wants to see action, see them working, and they're doing just enough at this point.
Shoenfelt should, every time he traps that left arm from his opponent, he should try to explode to the right. Trust me. You don't want to roll that side because you give your opponent your back, you're going to get a rear naked choke.
Left underhook, right there. Right, use
Attack.
the street, watch the guard.
There he goes.
There. Nope,
And there he is.
And
So he
back
gave him
down.
the back, and now Secor postures up and starts raining down blows.
Yeah, and he was sitting on the chest, so then when his opponent bucks up, there's not a lot of movement.
Right now, Brett Schoenfeld is
There
in
we
a
go.
world of hurt, doing a great job just to stay alive, but he's giving Matt Secor every option, giving up the back, the full mount. Mouthpiece has come out.
Goes for the rear naked. Can he pull it in? Let me
Look at that.
see. Yes, it looks like he slipped under.
Now you see the power strike,
Yeah,
17-1. That's it. That is it. Matt Secor gets it done in round 2.
Wow, 5 submission wins. 5 wins, 5 submissions. Nice.
Well, the second round beginning much like the first round ended, with Brett Shoenfelt on his back trying to defend, and Matt Secor, here it is, the posture up, and that big right elbow, boss, the second one did the damage, and that's where the bleeding began for Brett Shoenfelt. Later on in the round, here comes your submission.
Yeah, with all the blood, maybe it's a little more slippery. And he slides it under there. You see, yeah, he's underneath the jaw. And that's the end. Here comes the 10. Wow, nicely done.
So the choke by Matt Secor gets the victory. There you see the gash under the right eye of Brett Shoenfelt. He'll need maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe 4 stitches to close that up.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, although sometimes super glue can do wonders as well. But this one looks like it's a little pushing out. If he, again, like I said in the last fight, if he blows his nose and it pumps up more, they're going to have stitches because it's going to be too much pressure that keeps the wound open.
Well, a grinding fight, and Matt Secor just stayed with the game plan. Boss, he didn't panic, he didn't try to get flashy, didn't do anything he couldn't do. He stayed with what he can do, and it proves once again to be effective.
Yeah, second round submission victory. That is pretty impressive against the guy who was also, finished all his opponents.
Secor runs his record to 5-2. All 5 of his victories coming by way of submission. Want to remind you, coming up next on WorldSeriesOfFighting.com, Caitlin Chukagian taking on Brigitte Narcisse. Women's catchweight bout. You'll see it on WorldSeriesOfFighting.com. And with the official word in this welterweight bout, we send it to Matt Secor, who has the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends with a tap out due to a rear naked choke at 4 minutes 31 seconds of round number 2. Your winner, Matt Secor.
submission comes in round number 2. Both men comparing notes now. Good battle in round 1, but in the end, just not enough from Shoenfelt as Secor able to dominate on the ground. Boss, we take a look at some of the highlights. Pretty impressive stuff from Secor. Stayed with his game plan as Shoenfelt came out awfully fast.
Yeah, he just took him down. Nice body kick there, and now he's going to land that high kick because his opponent thought it was another kick to the body. That kind of surprised his opponent. Took back to the ground, mount position, slowly but surely start working. He's trying to roll out of the mount, and he rolls into a rear naked choke. You see this happening many, many times. Shaq really wants to watch another show in boxing. I said, no, it's not going to happen. World Series of Fighting it is.
Here we go, the stats from the past fight in the welterweight division. Shoenfelt, 44 strikes thrown, connected only on 13 and just 1 power strike, as opposed to the 17 power strikes connected by Matt Secor, 42-71 on the strikes thrown and connected. 2 takedowns coming, and there you saw the power ground shots as well. So Matt Secor gets the win in a second round tap out by Brett Shoenfelt.
Yeah. Get ready. Listen. What you wanna do? If you don't strike first, that's when they gon' come at you. Yeah. And you know it's true. Don't let your life get worse. Being timid, that ain't cool. Nah.